Now here's another big problem with the culture of empire. It's called velocity. This is a well-known concept among economists. They understand velocity of money, but they don't bother to note that that means velocity of humans as well. As the system grows, the engine must spin faster and faster and pump harder and harder to keep itself running. And what are the engine components? Well, that's all of us. It's human beings. This issue causes major problems. We feel it in our endless commutes to jobs we generally don't like. We see it as both parents need to work now when one could easily support a family of 5 50 years ago. We see it as some dads need to work 2 or 3 jobs to feed the kids. We feel it in the tug of war between the corporate leash of the cell phone and against the natural world's call to care for family and just be with people. Sometimes it seems we feel this most when we just step out into the natural world where there is no man-made velocity machine. Nature's power to slow us down is incredible. Just go sit in a park, go on a hike, climb a mountain, and you get a taste of this. And we feel it a lot when we go on vacation, get a taste of a different life. It's like something new starts to open up in us, but sometimes we're anxious to get back to the machine for some reason. And because of velocity, we no longer have much time for spiritual pursuits or books or art, music, sex, whatever it may be. I mean, how many of us are really satisfied with this aspect of our lives? We don't even have time for self-government. A republic depends on bottom-up participation of the people, but we don't have the time. The engine's cranking too fast. The empire system owns our time. I actually think that's the way they want it. So we're all too distracted and busy to drive government from the bottom up. They like it top down. When it comes to books, it seems the only ones worth our time, since we have none, are those that help us be more effective narcissists or more successful in the system, or those that tell us how to make more money. Things like rest, joy, delight, living a slow pace, watching the clouds move, listening to the waves, all of those are devalued because they don't earn money. And artists who try to call us to a different way of life are called hippies and druggies. We're even trained to make fun of people like the French and the Spanish because they have afternoon siestas, as if they'd be better off being back in one of these all afternoon. I mean, this is Twilight Zone stuff. The velocity of this system rewards the most addicted workaholics and the most ruthless overachievers. And you probably know somebody like this. I used to be one. You may be one of these folks caught in the cycle. And the worst part is, we're trained to think that's good. We're trained to call this form of existence, quote, freedom. You know, if only we had listened to Martin Luther King 40 years ago, I wonder if we can hear him today. Can you hear him, or I'm just curious, are you bristling that I'm critiquing the system in this way? It might be an interesting exercise to take a few minutes to get in touch with what you're feeling right now about this issue of velocity. And so this rounds out the top 10 list. This reveals how our supposed best and brightest economists from the most elite schools are deeply wrong. They model the velocity of money, but ignore that that means the velocity of humans. So real humans had better start speaking up against these robotic Ivy League economists. They're stuck in ridiculous math models that assume away the fact that we are living, loving human beings.